This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 6 in this Saturday series that is all about soloing or improvising or jamming in the rock, blues, and pop styles. Super fun. In this lesson, we're going to work using the most common form of the minor pentatonic scale that we tend to use on the guitar, plus the extensions and even the blues scale, on soloing over sort of a rock vamp in the key of C. So, new key for us, using some of the same types of things that we've been using before. I've also got an Etude that could get your fingers working in this key, get you with some ideas, some more ideas flowing as we're working on this. And we've got a new vamp that we'll be playing over, so a new backing track. It's going to be awesome. I'm just going to start us off here playing over a little bit of that vamp so we can get a little bit of it in our ears, see how it's going, and then we'll take a look at the specifics of jamming over it together like we usually do, and we'll do some jamming over the backing track together. So I'm going to go ahead and just play over a little bit of it. You're welcome to play along with me if you'd like to, but I'll just give us a taste of it, and then we'll be looking at the different types of things that we can do over this using the elements that we've learned about so far in the course. So let's do it. We'll hear a little and for and in that snare drum, and we'll be in. Okay, super fun. At least I hope it sounds super fun. Let's take a look at playing over this. Now, we are using the minor pentatonic scale or the blues scale that we've learned about in previous lessons. So sort of that most common one. I've got it up here on the board, the minor pentatonic, and then that little star shows us where the extra note that's added, the sharp 4 flat 5 that turns it into the blues scale. So that's up there. We've also looked previously at playing with extensions on the low end and the high end. So this sort of maps out that extension. If you need help with that, check out the previous lessons where we've gone into those things in great detail. Hopefully by this point in the course, you're starting to recognize that we can use the minor pentatonic or the blues scale anytime we're playing over a blues, especially in a bluesy fashion, whether that be a more rock blues or a true like down and dirty blues. And we've done a little bit with both of those. We've also seen that when we're doing a rock type thing with power chords, we can still use that minor pentatonic or the blues scale. And now we're looking at something that has sort of a different rock feel. So we can be in the classic rock, we can be in rock styles that have come later, we can also be in that blues style, all using the minor pentatonic. And then we've also seen that when we're in a minor key, and that would be whether it's a pop, folk, rock, anything. If we're in a minor key, we always use that minor pentatonic. So we're going to look at using the minor pentatonic over this new sort of classic rock kind of fun groove happening with our chord progression. We have C for 2 measures, then F and B flat, each getting a half of a measure, and then 2 measures of C. So a 6-bar vamp that repeats over and over. Sometimes in rock music, we'll get a vamp, a short chord progression that repeats over and over that we solo over. So this is a rock vamp, and we're in the key of C. So even though it's C major, we're going to get that bluesy element coming in that we do in rock music through the various eras by using that minor pentatonic. So I'm going to stick this note, which the squares are around the roots, at the 8th fret on the 6th string, and I'll have my minor pentatonic or my blues scale. And we can solo over this using just that. And of course we have that extension as well, so if I stick my ring finger on that 8th fret where they have that root, I drop below it by the 1 note, and I can play the extension to that pentatonic, just sliding up. got that as well, and the blues notes could be included. That extra note, that sharp 4 flat 5 that makes it the blues scale, could be included in that as well. In future lessons, we're going to learn about other forms. In all the keys, sometimes it's nice to have the range of the full neck, which that will give us. And sometimes in a given key, we can't play very comfortably with this one. For example, in the key of F, we'd be down low or super high, that sort of thing. So sometimes it's nice to have alternate forms that get us in the middle of the neck, and we're going to learn about those in future lessons. But for now, we'll be soloing with these ones here with this vamp. Now, I have for us an etude just to give you some ideas. As we're first learning to play and jam out, it can be really helpful to have some ideas that we just sort of finger through and get happening. Helps us start getting the ideas flowing to our fingertips from our brain. When we're improvising, our brain has to first think of what to play, then it has to think of how to play it, then it has to tell us to play it, and then we play it. But the more we learn ideas and get those happening, the faster that process comes in our brain for it to both come up with ideas and know how to play them and tell us to play them and then us play them. So it creates sort of these super highways from our mind to our fingertips. So it can be helpful. So down in the description below, there is a link for a free copy of this sheet music in PDF format. You can click on it, certain standard music notation and tablature for this little rock vamp in C Etude. Give you a few ideas to sort of get you going in playing over this. So I'm going to play through these. Now, up in the standard music notation, you'll see some of the slurs written in or the bends. Those are there to help you. And then the actual notation on the tablature just shows you where to put your fingers. So if you need a little help, besides hearing it orally, which is really what's important, hearing it orally from me. So that first line there, we're going to start with a bend. And then a little pull off, or you could do a slide if you wanted to. A little pull off. And then it continues on. So that first line again. Now that last thing there is really a pickup into the next line, which sounds like this. So I'll play that pickup. 1, 2, 3. There at the end. So again, that second line sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. With the pickup. 1, 2, 3. If you have extra slides you want to add in, that sort of thing, you always can do that. Extra pull-offs, hammer-ons, extra slurs is really what they're called. Okay, then the third line, a little variation from the first line. We'd have 1, 2, ready, and... I'll play it again. I kind of ghosted that last little B flat there, but I'll try to make it come out a little more clear. So you got 1, 2, ready, and... Just like that. Now I'm going to slow it down, play the whole thing a little bit slower in case you need that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So just like that. Now, if you want to do hammer-ons and pull-offs in different places than the ones written, that's completely fine. You can adapt it. Sometimes when I'm playing through it as written, I'm like, I want to do it differently this time. But that should help you get some ideas flowing. The other thing that helps you get ideas flowing is just jamming along with somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and play the backing track. I will start by playing this etude over the top, and then I will just improvise after that for a little bit. So you can improvise right along with me, still some of my ideas if you want to. Like all the backing tracks that we use in this series, they are available on the channel without me playing over the top as their own video. So there's the backing track playlist that you can grab them off for the blues, rock, and pop style. There's also a link in the description below that you can click on to find the video that has this backing track that I'm jamming over. So you can play over as much as you'd like to. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll hear the and 4 and will be in. It's going to be great. Okay, super fun. At least I hope that was super fun for you. We now have a handful of different backing tracks, different styles, different jams, different keys for you to have worked on. So if you haven't seen the previous lessons, you may want to check them out. Now in the next lesson, we're going to look at the major pentatonic scale. So we haven't used the major pentatonic scale yet, but there's times when we actually need to use the major pentatonic scale when we're in a major key. So especially in the pop and the folk styles. So we're going to take a look at that in the next lesson. It's going to be great. These lessons are coming out on Saturdays, and then we've got the jazz series that has lessons coming out on Mondays and Fridays right now. We got Technique Tuesdays, Theory Thursdays, so lots of new lessons every week. And of course, there's hundreds of lessons covering various things already on the channel. So check out those playlists, have fun, take care, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.